I, 24F, had been in a committed relationship with my boyfriend Liam, 22M, for almost 2 years. To understand the whole situation, a little background is necessary. I first met Liam during my final year of university, introduced through a group of mutual friends. Back then, I was slowly recovering from the emotional damage left by my ex-boyfriend, Noah. Our 3-year relationship had been nothing short of draining. He constantly flirted with random girls online, made fake profiles to ask for pictures, and even met some in real life. When I questioned his behavior, he'd flip it on me, accusing me of being jealous, crazy, or insecure. All guys do this, he'd say, as if that justified the betrayal. It wasn't until I walked in on him with another girl in our shared apartment that I finally ended it. After Noah, I spent a full year focusing on myself. I traveled a bit, picked up new hobbies, and tried to rebuild my trust in people. That's when Liam came into my life. He was everything Noah wasn't: attentive, patient, warm. He listened when I opened up about my past. He assured me that he wasn't that kind of person. He even handed over access to his social media accounts voluntarily, saying he had nothing to hide. Slowly, I allowed myself to believe him. For nearly 2 years, I thought I'd found someone trustworthy. We moved in together 6 months ago. Life felt good. Until it all crumbled. One day last month, my work laptop stopped working just hours before a big presentation. Liam was at work, so I grabbed his laptop. We shared passwords and frequently used each other's devices, so I didn't think much of it. As I worked, notifications from Twitter kept popping up. I tried to ignore them, but curiosity got the best of me. That's when I noticed he had a separate Twitter account I'd never seen before. This wasn't his main account, it was hidden, private, and filled with replies to explicit posts. He had been messaging multiple women, complimenting them, asking for intimate content, and even sending money via PayPal for more. As I dug deeper, I discovered this wasn't something new. He had been doing this for nearly the entirety of our relationship. There were conversations where he referred to me as the nosy girlfriend who had trust issues. He'd talk about needing to delete things before I caught on. I sat at the desk frozen, nauseous. When Liam returned home, I confronted him. At first, he brushed it off. "It's just harmless fun online," he said. "It's not like I actually met any of them." But I reminded him of everything I told him about my past. He broke down. He begged, cried, apologized. Promised he'd delete everything, swore he'd never hurt me again. I almost believed him, but there was a catch. 3 months earlier, I had already caught him with a secret Instagram account following similar content. He had promised then to delete it. Clearly, he just switched platforms instead. My best friend Ivy told me I was being overly dramatic. She said guys look at stuff like this all the time, that it wasn't real cheating. That I should move past it. She insisted Liam wasn't like Noah and that my trauma was making me paranoid. But my sister, Mia, had a very different opinion. She was furious. She said Liam's behavior showed a pattern and that I needed to leave before it got worse. I hadn't ended things yet, but I told Liam I needed time. Since then, he started blowing up my phone. 1 minute he's begging me to come home, the next he's angry that I won't just let it go. He even showed up at my workplace uninvited, causing such a scene that security had to escort him out. I still felt torn. We had built a life together, and part of me wanted to believe he could change. But deep down, I knew the trust was gone. Every time he glanced at his phone, I'd wonder what he was hiding. Every late night at work, I'd second guess where he really was. With 2 months left on our lease, I had a decision to make. Most of our mutual friends were on Liam's side. "It's not like he physically cheated," they said. "Give him another shot." But to me, the emotional betrayal and deception hurt just as much. He knew my past, knew how fragile my trust was, and still made these choices. Was I wrong for wanting to leave over something like that? Thanks to everyone who responded to my original post. Your kind words helped more than I can say. A lot has happened in the 2 weeks since, and it's messier than I ever imagined. I ignored Liam's calls and texts for several days, stayed at Mia's place, and turned off my phone. He sent flowers to my office, had his mom call me, even emailed a letter outlining all the ways he'd change. After 5 days, I agreed to meet him in a public place, a local coffee shop. He looked awful. Tired, puffy-eyed, disheveled. He launched into a speech, showing me deleted social media accounts, new passwords, screenshots of him signing up for online therapy. He offered to install tracking apps on his phone, said I could have full access to everything. It was a performance. A sincere-looking one, but something didn't sit right. Despite the theatrics, he kept glancing at his phone throughout the meeting. Every time it buzzed, he'd quickly turn the screen away. When I brought it up, he got defensive. Said I was doing that paranoia thing again. But the real turning point wasn't Liam, it was Ivy. My so-called best friend had been pushing me from the start to forgive him, to stop overreacting. She constantly made excuses for Liam's behavior. Whenever I tried to vent, she'd change the subject or guilt me for being unforgiving. Then came the night I visited Ivy for a girls' night. While she was showering, her phone lit up, multiple notifications from Liam. I hesitated, then picked it up. My heart stopped. They had been in contact constantly. Flirty messages. Strategy talks. Ivy had been helping Liam cover his tracks. She warned him when I got suspicious, helped him hide apps, delete messages. She even offered suggestions on safer platforms he could use. Some of the texts hinted they were meeting privately. They even talked about me, mocked me, blamed me, said I was too damaged to handle reality. I felt sick. When Ivy came out and saw me with her phone, she didn't deny it. She claimed she was only helping him protect the relationship because I was so emotional. She truly believed that lying to me was a form of kindness. I left immediately. Blocked them both. But that wasn't the end. Within hours, mutual friends began messaging me. Liam said I was blowing things out of proportion. Ivy told people I was having another paranoia spiral like with Noah. I wasn't ready for what came next. About 2 weeks later, a friend from our group, Daniel, asked to meet me. I hesitated at first. Most of our circle had taken Liam and Ivy's side. But Daniel always seemed neutral, so I agreed. What he showed me broke me all over again. Apparently, Liam and Ivy had been emotionally involved for far longer than I imagined. Screenshots of group chats revealed their whole plan, make me look unstable, push me to break up with Liam, and then officially get together. They'd been laying the groundwork for months, painting me as the crazy, possessive girlfriend. Ivy would pretend to comfort me, gather information about my insecurities, then feed it back to Liam. And many of our mutual friends, some of whom ate dinner in our apartment, knew. Some encouraged them. Some just stayed silent. Daniel came clean because, apparently, Liam and Ivy started dating openly just a week after I left. No shame. No guilt. And it didn't even last long. 6 months later, I had built a new life. I moved to a different city for a new job, took up painting again, started kickboxing. Mia visited often. Daniel stayed in touch and became a trusted friend. One day, during a visit back to my old city, I stopped by my favorite cafe, and there she was. Ivy. She looked tired. Pale. Makeup smeared. She froze when she saw me, then burst into tears. She confessed that Liam had cheated on her too. With multiple women. Using the same excuses he gave me, that she was paranoid, controlling. When she confronted him, he mocked her. Told her she wasn't special. That she was just the next one in line. Their old friends turned against them. Some had realized what they were really like. Liam moved on to another girl, and that girl later messaged Ivy, asking if Liam had always been this way. Ivy apologized through tears. She wanted forgiveness. Wanted our friendship back. I just looked at her and said, I hope you learned something from all this. And walked away. Liam still tries to reach me through new accounts. I block him every time. I'm with someone new now. Someone who respects me, listens, doesn't make me question my sanity. He knows the whole story and still treats me like I'm worth something.